And I think it's the wildest thing, that growing up in church and not really understanding that you're supposed to have a relationship with Christ. I feel like I never heard the words relationship with Christ until I was like out of college, which is wild to me. I feel like it's very much more common now. Like people do say those words and talk about it. But like when I was growing up, I never really heard relationship with Christ. I just knew like, you know, Jesus came, he died for us. You know, I'm saved, going to heaven, salvation, etc. Right? Like saved by grace through faith. Those are the things that I knew, but I didn't really, as far as like a relationship and living righteously, like modeling the Bible, modeling Christ, I wasn't doing that. So in college, I knew Christ, and I think people knew that I was a Christian, but I wasn't living like one, you know, that my actions were not lining up. And so through like all the stuff that I was going through, what I realized a lot of times is like, even while I was in my sin, God was still blessing me. You know, we talk about blessings, right? That's He was still blessing me in all of my accomplishments, like with one, even just getting to TCU, like being able to have a full ride scholarship there. And then winning 2 national titles, breaking collegiate record. I realized that even through my sin, God was blessing me despite my sin. Right. And a part of me knew that what I was doing and how I was living wasn't right, but I was still blessed through it. And so in that, I learned a lot. One, about God's grace.
Oh yeah. I can imagine that.
God's grace. Because the Bible says that the wages of sin are death.
Yeah.
And so like, I think, you know, people always talk about how people ask how people are doing, and they're like, oh, I'm having a good day, or like, you know, it's okay. It's like, no, the fact that you woke up is a miracle.
It's a blessing in itself.
It's literally a miracle, because of your sin, you should be dead. Like we all should be dead. So the fact that we wake up each and every day is like, is the biggest blessing ever. So yeah, I mean, I've learned a lot about blessings. I've learned about just through my career and what I've been able to accomplish, that God was the catalyst and really the backbone behind everything that I've accomplished in my life.
Love that, bro.